Dvar Torah tonight.
Thank you, Stuart. Shabbat Shalom, everybody. The two Sedras that we're reading this week, Matot-Masei, are those of my son Daniel's bar mitzvah, so I have quite a bit of interest in them. Matot means tribes, as Moshe was addressing all 12 of them. The word Shevet is also used for a tribe, and Mateh and Matot, Mateh and Shevet both mean staff or a rod. There is a difference between those two words, and that is that a shevet relates to a branch still attached to the tree. So it is moist and tender and maybe soft and weak. Mateh, however, has been removed from the tree and is dry and gets hard and is strong. A tree itself represents the source, which is Hashem. And through life, we become like a mater, we become stronger through our experience. Obviously, when a person is connected to Hashem, there is confidence and stability and goodness, as with a parent and child. Once detached as a mater, the connection with Hashem needs building up and strengthening. Our energy is our experience, which makes us stronger as we go through life, and we discover powers that we didn't know we had. All life's challenges reinforce toughness and a determination to succeed. And we can use life's challenges to develop a greater closeness of Hashem. Our history shows that this can be observed. At the good times spiritually in our history, perhaps at the time of the temples, we have been like a shevet. But when we've undergone persecution and in the state of a mater, we have remained firm and tough and come out stronger. Life is a journey, is a well-known saying, but is it one journey or many journeys? In the Sedra of Masei, all 42 stops of the journey through the Midbar are noted from Egypt up till entry to Israel. We are taught and reminded that every word in the Torah and every letter is meaningful and that nothing is either superfluous or simply repetitive. And the challenge is to discover hidden interpretations within the seemingly unnecessary text. Indeed, the opening two verses of Masei do seem repetitive. These are the journeys of the children of Israel who went forth from the land of Egypt according to their legions at the hand of Moshe and Aaron. Moshe wrote their goings forth according to their journeys at the instruction of Hashem. These were their journeys according to their goings forth. Well, journeys and goings forth were mentioned about 6 times and sometimes in reverse order. Why? Well, this is challenging, but not according to the Netziv. He reminds us that the 40 stops and the 40 years about spent in the wilderness needed to be divided into 3 distinct periods. And as we will discover, each one is alluded to in those opening verses. From the time of the slaves coming out of Egypt until they sent the 12 spies, the single goal of their travel was to get to the land of Israel. Having escaped from the taskmasters in Egypt, the going forth was behind them. And what now inspired and motivated them was the expectation of entering and taking possession of Israel. Tragically, for that entire generation, the incident of the spies changed everything. And for the next 38 years, the second period, the children of Israel traveled around from place to place in the wilderness, often revisiting the same areas many times. During this period, the generation that went out of Egypt all died, paving the way for their children to eventually enter Israel. But this was not only a form of punishment. The Jews were destined to be the vehicle to bring the knowledge of Hashem to the world. And through their miraculous survival, time and time again, against all odds, this core message about their relationship with Hashem would impact on those with whom they had contact. And the experience empowered future generations to weather the long storms that they would encounter and that through history we know about, and we're still in. Back to our Parsha, the third period describes the journeys and encampments of the next generation who were setting their eyes once more on the promised land. Now, if we read the first two verses again, we can see that our Torah is telling us our history, the ongoing life, and the future. It's the story of our nation and our individual inner life. Life can be hard for us as it was for the Israelites. These are the journeys of the children of Israel who went forth from the land of Egypt according to their legions at the hand of Moshe and Aharon, clearly relates to the generation that left Egypt, knowing their destination. Then Moshe wrote their goings forth according to their journeys at the instruction of Hashem. That relates to the middle period of wandering around seemingly aimlessly, but all according to Hashem's clear plan. These were their journeys according to their goings forth, relates to the people of Israel who were about to inherit the land of Israel, that new generation. So really, not one single word is actually unnecessary. One final point, journeys have a starting point, a route, and a destination. And as we progress with our daily lives, our careers, our family relationships, and our even more complicated relationship with Hashem, do we spend enough time and careful reflection and know where we're going to, where we've come from? Have we made the right decisions? Is our destination the right one? And when we judge other people, do we recognize that their starting point could be different from ours? We all make mistakes. No one is perfect, but the important thing is to get up and get up again, and always to the possibility of improving ourselves. At every stage of our development, we are in a form of Egypt, and there's always some limitation, and we can always break out to a higher level. I've just returned from my own physical and somewhat spiritual journey to Israel and into the lives of my family there. My granddaughter's bat mitzvah gave me an opportunity to give her some advice, but really it was this. I'm mentioning it here, and it's just not only for a little girl of 12 who excitedly has her whole life ahead of her. The same message is continually for us adults. Even when we feel at times we're in darkness, it's up to us to leave our personal Egypt, as it were, and that we have the strength it takes to raise up ourselves and succeed. We can use that mater, that firm stick, that symbol of our strength, to reinforce our emunah. As we enter the month of Av and we contemplate the reasons why Hashem allowed both temples to be destroyed and our people exiled, maybe we should also be doing some soul searching to find ways towards individual and communal self-improvement. Shabbat Shalom.
Thank you very much, Irene. That was a lovely Dvar torah. And now it's my pleasure to invite Robert to lead us in Kabbalat Shabbat.